Okay, so this is IGCSE Energy, Work and Power. Okay, conservation of energy. Essentially this is you cannot create or destroy energy. You can only transform it into another type or something similar. So you cannot destroy it, okay? So you cannot get rid of energy in a bomb, okay? It does not destroy energy, it just creates another type. Some examples of this, you've got like a pendulum as a classic example that we'll look at soon. Wind power, the whole reason for it is it takes the kinetic energy of the wind hitting it and converts it into electrical energy. This little torch here converts kinetic energy as you move the thing up and down, and it converts it into electrical energy. Solar to electrical, so they all transform energy. You can't just get it from nowhere. So let's look at the example of a pendulum. So here's our pendulum. It swings back and forth. Now at the tops of its motion here and here, it's actually stopped for a moment. So that means it has zero kinetic energy, and that means it must be all potential energy. And so here, 100% gravitational potential energy and 0% kinetic energy. Now that gravitational potential energy is measured against the bottom of its motion, so there's the height, and that gives it that gravitational potential energy. Here, in the middle, it's moving its fastest, so it's 100% kinetic energy, and it's at the lowest point, so it's got 0% gravitational potential energy. And it just keeps transferring between kinetic to gravitational and so on, back to kinetic, and it just keeps going. There is losses due to resistance. To friction, okay, and that happens over time, so there'll be heat loss to friction over time, so it will swing lower. But if you did it in space, it wouldn't stop. Okay, another example is, imagine this is a hill at the top and then the cliff. Okay, so let's say you drive up and you stop at the top. Now this thing has gained a certain amount of gravitational potential energy due to the height h. Okay, so let's say it gained 1000 joules of gravitational potential energy. Now according to conservation of energy, the law of conservation of energy, then if you reduce the height back to 0 as it comes off the cliff, then the GPE will end up being 0 joules. So we could look at where does the energy go? Well, as it comes over, okay, it's going to get faster, so its kinetic energy is going to increase. Okay, just before it hits the ground, let's say we ignore all air resistance, the kinetic energy will equal 1000 joules. And then as it hits the ground, it will eject sound energy, heat energy, and any other type of energy. Okay, so this is conservation of energy. This one went from gravitational potential energy to kinetic energy to sound and heat.